What is going on, everybody? We are here, finally,
Back.
to check out King Blitz's Things Never Go As Planned album. I am super excited because we weren't doing album reviews when him and EK dropped their album together.
Right.
It wasn't too long after that we started doing them, so I've been waiting, anxiously, for something from King Blitz to drop.
Right.
And here we are.
And it dropped a little bit ago, and we are aware of that.
What up, Duel? Welcome back.
My live chat's being a bitch.
Yeah, her live chat
Duel.
isn't working as it should.
There we go.
It's a little behind. A little behind. Now we have talked with King Blitz a little bit within the last 10 minutes. He will be in and out, as I'm sure he's got things going on for Memorial Day.
Kids, family, food.
But these will also be public after we're done, so he can always go back and check out what we think.
Right.
Tweet.
All right. It is out in the Twitterverse.
I'm super stoked for this album, though. Sorry, I am fucking spacing the fuck out here.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we? Oh yeah, first off, I need to pull up Spotify. I'm gonna hang out, actually, and check out the chat. Alright, so, as people roll in, we're going to talk about why we did not do a live stream this weekend and what the status of our future music reaction live streams are going to be. It's actually been pretty good, Duel. It's actually been pretty cool.
Laid back.
Pretty laid back.
Not much of a day so far, like in terms of awake hours versus asleep. But that's actually a good thing.
So, as many of you guys know, Sundays are typically held for album reviews and music reaction live streams. And there was a time a couple months ago, a month or two ago, where I had said we were actually going to start doing live streams earlier, and it actually seems more as if we've been doing them much later than usual. We usually don't get around to starting them until about 8, 9 o'clock, and then we are usually only live until about 12, 12:30. The reason for that being, to be quite honest, as much as we love it once we get in, we've been dreading going into live streams, which has nothing to do with our normal core audience.
No.
We absolutely love spending time with all of you guys. But one of the things is, so she keeps track of everything people request. She writes it down. But then we run into the issue where, because she has to constantly go through the chat and write things down, she's not getting to actually enjoy the experience until requests are closed. So that's been kind of weighing us down a little bit. And then there's a lot of people coming in requesting, but being very demanding about it.
A lot of spam in terms of multiple requests for the same thing from the same person.
Right, a lot of spam going on. So we've been typically, honestly, just dreading coming in, because it's like we want to spend time with you guys, and we do enjoy ourselves when we're in, but it's knowing in the back of our minds we're going to be dealing with a lot of forceful attitudes, pushiness and things like that. And we're not getting rid of the live streams. We took this weekend off. It was the first time I've had a weekend off, so we spent the entire weekend honestly just binging horror movies.
And that's another part of the equation that's been a problem, is he's had to work so much overtime that Sundays are our only day off, period. And then thinking about streaming for 4 to 6 hours is just not as appealing, because he's been working 6 days a week. So, you know.
But a lot of that's going to change. I'll be on like an every other week, 6 days a week schedule.
Right.
So things will
His
ease
work
up on
has
that.
formatted it a little bit better.
We've already changed our schedules up to where we're only working 8 hours today, so that's gonna cut back and be a lot.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, there'll still be some weeks I do work 10 hours
Right.
a night. But things are gonna get better. It's just been extremely busy.
Right.
The live streams aren't going away. They will be back.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
It's just we needed the break. We needed our time
we needed
and
us time.
horror movie time, and we didn't have the kids this weekend, so it was just the two of us, and
Just the two of us.
so
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this though. This is King Blitz's Things Never Go as Planned album.
I'm excited about this.
We are super excited to check this out. I've been fiending to listen to it. And honestly, it's one of our decisions and why we decided to do 2 album reviews today as opposed to an album review and a live stream.
We were behind on some album reviews, and we really want to listen to the albums.
Yeah.
So
And King Blitz is one of the homies. He's actually probably the person I got close to first
right out of the group.
out of everyone that I'm cool with. I definitely need to call him up here soon and talk to him. I haven't actually talked to him like on the phone in a while.
Right.
Absolutely love the man though. He's a fantastic human being, an amazing artist, and
Yeah.
him and I go way back to the beginning of the whole reaction community. There was at one point in time I had more subs than he did. That will never happen again.
Right. No, not being an artist. Is, yeah.
He is turning
Very
into a superstar,
talented
which I am super excited to see and super proud of.
Oh, he deserves it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into this. This first track is the intro.
All right.
And it's a 3.5 minute intro. Let's go, Blitz.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's see what he's got. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
You were just about to blast my eardrums.
I was about to kill her. I was about to kill Hellcat.
Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Mike. Let's check it out.
Usually around the family when I press record. And we in lockdown, but God opening doors. We living in this world amongst these villains, raising our children. Daddy got a snap to keep balance restored. A lot of patience and careful planning. Lady, the highs matching the lows. I feel
Nah!
in the contrast.
Nah! No! The bars here, oh my god. They took a second.
I don't feel like I caught what you caught there.
Daddy got a snap to keep balance restored. That's why Thanos snapped, was to restore the balance of
Okay.
life.
All right.
Bruh. And then he had another bar shortly before that. Hold on.
The lockdown.
Yeah, there was the lockdown
God's
bar,
opening
but
doors.
God's opening doors.
I like
Bruh.
that one.
That was fire.
Usually around the family when I press record. And we in lockdown, but God opening doors. We living in this world amongst these villains, raising our children. Daddy got a snap to keep balance restored. A lot of patience and careful planning. Lady, the highs matching the lows. I feel us landing the contrast, leaving fear in a panic. Bad start to a happy ending. I can see the love, but deep inside, what do I feel is damage? And who am I? Social but anti, self-aware, miles ahead of the doubt. But I am shy, becoming. Never pretend that I'm perfect. And just because I'm on my business, still believe I observe it. Biggest advice, dog, be you. Remember, Walter Clark gave me a Visuals. Put up with his mom's, gave him to me. He like, these you. Truth is, dog, remember a time when I wanted to be you. Complete opposites, but I ain't had much. I think that he knew.
Woo!
That was some real shit. Give me some time, I got you like real shit. Never forget the ones who looked out. And if they had the Grammys, then believe they had the cookouts. No, it's red diamonds for life, and that's worth the DJ. Thinking, what would he say? Probably his good days and bad days. Just know you will adjust. I know you in a better place, but some days I really wanna go and just.
What up, atheist?
I really like that.
This is so fucking fire so far. And we're only a minute and a half into
I
the
do
album.
like how he
Come
made
on
it
now.
more of just like a freestyle type, just, you know, bearing his heart type thing versus anything that you can tell that he went over and over and over. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is
insane.
I'm a young goat in the making, don't you mistake it. Who pushed the herd to make it? Gotta uplift the tribe. What's life if you can't relate shit? Young Kanye from '07, that graduate shit. That innovating, if you ain't awake, you gon' be late shit. And I study the grace, trying to make my place while redirecting.
if you ain't awake, you gonna be late shit.
Bruh.
Hey, Michelle.
Bruh. The Kanye West reference. Because he had he basically name dropped 2 albums there. One being Graduation.
Right.
And then the other one was Late Registration, because that was the reference to
if
the...
you're awake, you're gonna be a late. Yeah.
Right.
If you're not. The other one that I liked is the Tribe, and then he said relate shit, because most of tribes are related.
Go ahead, Michelle. Hit us. What up, Jabby?
Hey, Jabby.
This is so fire, though.
What's life if you can't relate shit? Young Kanye from '07, that graduate shit. That innovating, if you ain't awake, you gon' be late shit. And I studied the grace, trying to make my place while redirecting the hatred. Took all them subs and got it plated. The way they act, think they pulling in from that box office. Fake checkups, keep them, cause it's a lot often. And all I gotta say is, You ever agree with somebody so they can stop talking? I'm bringing hope to the culture, move on the map different.
All the time. All the time. I'd be at work, somebody will say something, I'd be like,
In Discord, when we first met, the whole group that was part of the chat started learning to interpret my texted like depending on how many M's, H's, and M's there were. Whether it was sarcastic or... I have a whole language of
Uh-oh! She gonna have a baby!
Congratulations!
And I'm sorry. You get a congrats and an I'm sorry.
Either way.
Both of them.
The way they act, think they pulling in from that box office. Fake checkups, keep them, cause it's a lot often. And all I gotta say is, You ever agree with somebody so they can stop talking? I'm bringing hope to the culture, move on the map different. Cheers, sipping my drink for people who lack spirit. My wife told me, say fuck it to her family side. She don't rap, but she know that they listening to these rap.
Spirits. Cheers
is the name of, well, the main, what they used to call alcohol.
Well,
they
yeah,
don't so
they're
much
still
anymore. But.
Still spirits, yeah. But yeah, that's great.
Cheers, sipping my drink for people who lack spirit. My wife told me, say fuck you to her family side. She don't rap, but she know that they listening to these rap lyrics. My bro Damon like, you did it for real, nigga. From whip pro tables to out here in the hills with them. When no one else was on that front line, except all of these people who on the front line. 2020 took all the soldiers, think we realizing we got no time. Think even furthermore, think it's go time. And if you listening to these words, you're trying to discover meaning. You got what it takes to be great, homie. I mean it, let me.
Woo!
I love the old school R&B.
Dude, his mixing is so nice.
Right.
That was
Very nice. Great
fantastic intro. That's
Yeah.
honestly, in my opinion, and we haven't even hit the next 11 tracks yet. In my opinion, that one intro is still the best thing I've heard King Blitz write. And it's got me so hype for the rest of this album.
I'm still so partial to Sting.
Yes, Sting is one of my favorite songs. It's probably now my number 2. It's probably going to drop down further once this goes on.
We'll see. We'll see.
But I love Sting's for a completely, like, I'm just talking about from a pure writing perspective and what he's had to say. Like, I don't know. It's,
Right.
Sting's is great to me because
Relatability.
the relatability
Right.
mixed with the Atlas chorus.
Right.
Like, it has a great overall sound to it. But, like, this,
Right.
like, Blitz leveled up.
We'll see. I mean, like, I really, really liked that. Don't get me wrong. Definitely number 2. But
Oh, no problem, atheist. It's all good, home.
yeah. All right.
Hope you have a wonderful day.
Have a good day at work.
All right, so this next one, we're actually going to watch the lyric video.
Oh, with the 6 seconds. There's a lyric video.
Yep.
This Friday.
Mini
Whatever happened
documentary.
that day?
I think I hurt someone.
It's Friday, baby! Sorry. I'm excited for the new Conjuring
I'm
movie.
really excited about that.
All right. I'm excited for this. I love 6 Seconds. I still feel bad because we never went back and finished his album.
Right.
And he's already got a new one cooking up.
Well,
So we'll
we got
probably do an
something to
album
look forward
review
to.
for that.
Yeah.
But I am super stoked to check this out. 6 always brings it. Blitz always brings it. Let's see how they bring it together. Let's get it. Let's unmute it first.
Yeah.
That would help.
Trust me, young won't stutter. What's that? Can't hear. That's that static. King, God, static.
Love it all. Oh, okay. It's about to go nuts.
I just let him bustle while we hustle. Flexing, but ain't gotta move a muscle. Really think you running shit, dog? I'm Blitz. I can put your whole team in a huddle. Hit so you struggle.
Football bars. I'm Blitz. I can put your whole team in it, bruh.
Right.
All right, Blitz. And I love this flow he's coming with, too.
Static.
Let's get it.
You running shit, dog? I'm Blitz. I can put your whole team in a huddle. Hit it, dropping hits so you struggle. Meanwhile, trying to heal these bloody knuckles. I can make it rain, got it out the dirt, but I really hate pigs. I don't fuck with muddy puddles, say you will, but it hurt it, but we ain't feeling it. See they praying, I'm killing it, cooking my service, stomach hurting. Let you know I'm with this shit, only way they be dishing it. Granny spreading, they pissing and moving like I'm the Secret Service. Everything legit, they don't know what they witnessing. We so far from equivalent, lyrically, I'm a different person, barely even tipping. So clearly see that I'm imminent, still I gotta be vigilant. Hit the booth and I make them nervous, stacking these verses and stacking these hearses. I'm filling them in while rapping these circles, relax is rehearsal. I'm giving a bit if I happen to hurt them, just know it's on purpose, not giving a shit. You know I'm the furthest fuck I can give to him. Now Cameron and Rob here to him, dead to me, about to Shang song on him. That way the greats before him can live through him, rating spirit to him, what he do.
About to shake him, about to finish him.
Nice.
Finish him. Bruh, come on,
Flawless
Blitz.
victory.
Cameron and Rob here to him, dead to me, about to Shang song on him. That way the greats before him can live through him, rating spirit to him, what he doing, still.
Could live through him. The greats, but all the spirits he takes in. He is legion. Nah.
Nah. Oh, hell no. All right.
That's great.
All right. Yo, I didn't hit it twice.
To him, dead to me, about to Shang song on him. That way the greats before him can live through him, rating spirit to him, what he doing, still continue until endure. Projecting fears, but chill on him. Hold up, bitch. Really need to hold y'all opinions. I can never sell myself for an image, nigga. Hold up, bitch. I ain't gon' hold you, my nigga. See these rappers rather pose for the picture, could you? Oh my shit. You can see what's happening, they be trying to steal the status, but I'm posted, you can tell them. Yeah, oh my shit. And I'm in the A with it, don't play with it. I already know I stay with it, cause they trust me. Don't want stutter. What's that? Can't hear. That's that static. King, God.
Very true, Michelle.
Static. Yeah.
The God. Let's get it.
Yo, I ain't buddy with too many niggas. They steady reaching for a dap and I just laugh at it. Or I give them the left, the disrespect. The niggas tryna act like they even in my tax bracket. I'm the God and I see this shit the best. Anybody that be sleeping, then I'm gonna leave the rest. You the answer to my problem, we can put it to the test. Niggas know I'm big body, I ain't even at the flex. Look, been elite, now this better wealth. Like a poorly rap gift, my presence speak for itself. You couldn't live through the shit I felt. You busy worried about drip. What's a drip to a Michael Phelps? I know you. You think you know me, but I know you. So all that cash you be talking gonna make me come collect. And I ain't never have time for an IOU, nigga.
Gonna make
IOU.
me come collect, and I don't ever have time.
Right?
Bruh.
Hey, JoJo. I really liked the drip to Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps,
dude.
the Olympic swimmer.
6 is a different kind of
He
monster.
really is.
He's a different kind
I'm
of
so
monster.
glad that they got on this track together. There was one before the the drip as well that cracked me up. But yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, Six doesn't constantly put out music like everybody else. So it's almost like he drops something and you're like, oh, this is fire, right? But then he disappears and you almost start to kind of forget about him.
A little bit, and then
And then he drops something else and you're like, all right.
He's back.
He's back. I
He's
fucking
still there.
love Six, man. He's a beast.
I know you, so all that.
And the drip, what's a drip to a Michael Phelps?
That's what I was talking about.
Such
Him
a
being
fire
the
guy.
Olympic swimmer.
Such a fire.
Oh yeah, poorly wrapped gift. My present speaks for itself. Yeah, my mom said that before. I didn't wrap it. Why would I wrap?
Yeah, he is very much so focused on Twitch streaming.
Like cash, you be talking, gonna make me come collect, and I ain't never have time for an IOU, nigga. Let me see if you a bitch or not. Y'all niggas sweet talking rounds, y'all dipping dots. All this metal in their mouth till they find out how it tastes. Everybody want the problem, so the problem in their face. My name, don't utter it. I'm top spot, you under it. Shorty got a fat ass, I'm hugging it. Like a glory hole, you don't know who you fucking with. Bitch, I stay on some other shit, watch it. Not about static, all you ever do is plotting. I got it, I'm everything shaking your dreams. Make you do the Nate Robinson, wait for the memes. It's 2 arms up like a touchdown. Got pussy waiting for me when I touch down. If you been out of touch, I can't be touched. There's a whole lot of people that I touch now. Nigga, I'm the god.
Oh, Lord. That's okay, JoJo.
It's okay, JoJo. Just thanks for swinging through.
Static.
Static.
Oh, so fire.
The glory hole line. You don't know who you're fucking with.
They sound so good together.
They really do. They have that lower but mellow, kind of just laid back. It's... I need more songs like this from them.
That was nice. That was. I Blitz. I Six. Y'all did your thing.
Yeah, that was funny, Duel. It was funny.
Like a glory hole, you don't know who you fucking with. All right. It's 10 out of 10 so far.
Right?
There has not been one miss.
All right.
We're only 2 songs in, though. We got 10
All
more
right.
to go. There's not going to be a miss.
And by the way, can I mention that is a full album?
Yeah.
I'm loving that. Full album.
I'm loving it. Anyways, so this is normalized. Let's get it, Blitz.
She took her phone and then she started recording. Yo, this my evidence, and after this I'm gonna report you. You hit a cop, yo, lady. That is not important. I'ma need you to step back, and it's your final warning. We just trying to make sure he don't have prior warrants or a firearm in his garments. Looking at him, I ain't trying to judge, but let's be honest. In the matter of seconds, the cops had him surrounded, left the puzzle. The hell is that supposed to mean? That's my nephew, he in school, he only 17. Be only coming from his game and got something to eat. Son, step out of the car, move slowly, please. Wait, what crime did he commit? Cop ignored it and said, hey boy, don't resist. Hunt looked to her nephew, said it's gonna be alright, just do everything that he say. Wouldn't cost your life. 4 cops at the car, 1 losing patience. Nephew never said a word, fully corroborated. Until he reached for his seatbelt, said, I don't have no weapon, so when I reach it ain't no gun, don't you fucking mistake it. Don't you really gotta get my ID before you try to fucking penalize me? Cop opened the door, grabbed him by his collar, threw him on the car. Bystanders could see the horror. Pulling out their phones, going live like shit was normal. The cop in his ego, tell him turn around. Ain't gonna tell your ass again, I put you on this ground. Do you have any weapons or anything that I should know about? He said no, you asked shit I already told you about. You're a tough guy, huh? Mom's walked out of the house. Don't you touch my son. She took a step, the 4th officer just drew his gun. She froze up, all of a sudden it was 2 to 1. Son yelled, go in the house, yo, I got this shit. Auntie yelled back, y'all really need to stop this shit. See the news every day, we gotta watch this shit. Same story, same minute, need a topic switch. Now it's a crowd forming, slurs are now swarming. Officer tried to grab his arm and without warning, he turned and asked, yo, what you doing, sir? At least tell me what I did for you to do this, sir. And then
Had to pause it for a second. Yo.
I mean, the track name is perfect. However, this is hard to listen to, and it should be.
It's hard to listen to, Because
should be.
this shouldn't be a normal thing, but it is.
Right. As
And-
soon as he started, you knew where this was going.
Right.
And you shouldn't.
But I will tell you what, this is a testament to the storytelling ability
That he has.
that he has.
Right.
But still, this is such a fantastic song already. Like, I just... Goddamn, Blitz.
Stop this shit. See the news every day. We gotta watch this shit. Same story, same minute. Need a topic switch. Now it's a crowd forming. Slurs are now swarming. Officer tried to grab his arm and without warning, he turned and asked, "Yo, what you doing, sir? At least tell me what I did for you to do this, sir." And then another officer comes and said, "You should probably fucking listen." Grabbed his other arm and yelled, "I don't need your permission. I don't need to know your name. I just know you look suspicious." Then he punched him in the stomach right before the other kicked him. Now the crowd ignited. They in a verbal riot. With a fit that's all too familiar, hard to verbalize it. He threw him on the ground with his hands behind his back. Excessive force, he had his hand gripping behind his neck. Nephew tried to put his hand up on his face to stop the forehead from scraping the concrete, but that's a code red. One cop yelled, "Stop the resistance." Put the knee up on his spine, another officer hit him. Now he in a lot of pain, you hear him screaming out, "I don't wanna die, somebody please help." And as he cries, you see the pain in his mama's eyes. Like, that's my son, but she afraid, cause remember that she 2-1, she looked down and see her son's blood pouring, she couldn't help it. Son yelling, "Ma, don't move." She couldn't hear it, blacked out, mother's rage. She started walking towards her son, she was not afraid, with the intention of trying to save. Son yelling, "Ma, no, wait." Cop yelling, "Damn, I won't hesitate." But it was all fake, she ran past him full speed. Other cop pulled the gun off his hip and said, "Lady, please." She said, "Get off my baby, please." And then that gun clicked. She locked eyes with her son, and then we... Dog. What's that? You won't believe it, dog. Look at your phone, I'm about to tag you in this post. I swear these motherfucking cops, they always do the most.
Wait, why he got his knee up on his back? Who's this recording and why the other cop ain't interject? Hit him off the floor, I don't think this is how they're supposed to win. And then they always mocking us blacks, we so oppressed, but imposed the wreck.
Said, "My nigga, I know how you feel. No, we ain't slaves, but systematically we in the field."
Wait, hold up, he begging for his mama, yo, this can't be real. Watch this nigga go to trial and probably get a deal.
Yeah, that's for real, it'll never stop, and that's the shit that hurt. Be the simplest solution, this is what make it worse. It's reality for us, they look at us as dirt. Meantime, let's hit the road before we late to work.
Woo!
Okay, I had serious chills the whole time right before the gun clicked. Again, that shouldn't be normal.
No.
But we knew where it was going, which means that it has been normalized. Which is a sad testament to the state of society.
So, fun little story. Me and Blitz were actually... I'd contacted Blitz and hit him up about... it was about a month after the George Floyd incident happened. I had this idea for a song that... Because there were a lot of people doing Black Lives Matter songs,
Right.
which most were fantastic.
Right.
But I wanted to do a song with Blitz where it was going to show... Because something nobody was doing, music-wise, was a song explaining to their kids what's going on. Because, like, I know my kids had questions with everything that was going on. I'm sure his kids had questions, too. And it's a very sad thing that in America, black families have to raise their kids with this understanding of what they're going to have to go through. And so I had this idea of a song for me and him to do, just from a parent's perspective of what black parents have to tell their kids and what white parents have to tell their kids in a situation like this.
Right. It never happened,
It
but
never happened because I also didn't want... I kind of got to the point where I didn't want it to be a... how can I explain it? Thought of as like a quote-unquote cash grab or something along those lines.
Right, using the event for
Right.
attention, yeah.
But I'm super stoked that Blitz did this song because like this is a message that
It's really
needs to be out
sad,
there.
but he did a fantastic job with the storytelling.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic job, Blitz. All right, so next up is Down for Me. Let's get it. So excited for you, Michelle. You seem excited yourself.
Blank face, don't do no talking if I don't know you. Stepping over shit I used to trip over. Whoever got the keys, you let that homie drive. Congratulate him, get inside, show you gonna ride. Yeah, really. Really, yeah. Look, remember days I used to wanna be Mike. Behind the scenes, it ain't never what it seemed like. I wanted everything except to be I. Sure they told me, look in the mirror, that's who you be like. We know that real is wrestle.
Loving the MJ references.
Looking in the mirror, man in the mirror.
Well, he said there were days I wanted to be Mike.
Right.
Which, honestly, a lot of us, especially people as old as Blitz and I, we grew up listening to Michael Jackson and idolizing
He was
him
the king.
as an artist. King of
Yeah.
pop. Like,
Yeah.
absolutely love his music still. He is one of very few artists. So, I go through phases in terms of things that I enjoy musically.
I have a
Michael
whole catalog.
Michael Jackson is literally the one artist, and I will mean this 100%, the one artist, no matter what mood I'm in, I could put his music on
And still enjoy it.
and still enjoy it. Now, M is a very close second in that regard, but there's still some times where I'm just like, I'm really not in the mood for M.
Right.
It's very far, few and in between,
But it happens.
but it happens. But MJ, nah.
He has so many different versions of himself, though. Like, you can always find something that matches your mood.
She's like, in my defense, I was way older than y'all.
I mean, my sister said that, and she's younger than me, so, you know, it is what it is.
Right. But then, yeah, the Man in the Mirror reference.
Right.
Behind the scenes, it ain't never what it seemed like. I wanted everything except to be I. Sure they told me, look in the mirror, that's who you be like. We know that real is wrestle when you find this shit is life, dog. All this wrong I did, I just been focused on the right now. Look out for my niggas, even though that shit a threat. They usually be somebody that you know you won't expect. Facts. I gotta ask this question, tell me really, are you down for me? Are you down for me? Shorty, real shit. I done seen some situations changing real quick. Tension in the city lately, it's been getting real thick. In the end, just know I'm riding with you. I'm on this chapter in my life, it's called
I
It
like
Wasn't
that.
For Me. I was cool with some people, now they viewing stories. But life won't be the same without my nigga Joey. For now, I'm rolling up these blunts and pouring liquor for him. But with all of this success, the lows can intercept the balance. Head above the water like I'm sipping from the fountain. All the air I'm breathing, still I'm feeling like I'm drowning. They quick to set you up, so DIY and don't allow it. Yeah, hatred on your heart.
Let's go.
Do it yourself.
You gotta play a part. It's hard to be yourself when you just don't know where to start. Just never let nobody try to tell you who you are. Yeah, surround yourself with love, but you gotta show it. It's one thing to say it, another thing to know it. Let them know it, cause you never know it. They be going through it, but they never show it. I hate to ask this question, tell me really, are you down for me? Yeah, tell me, are you down for me? Sure the real shit. I done seen some situations changing real quick. Tension in the city lately, it's been getting real thick. In the end, just know I'm riding with you. Yeah, I'm riding with you.
Another fire song.
Not gonna lie, his cadence and pitch and tone is so relaxing that I went into this stream completely awake. And now I'm like, I'm just gonna space out. Like, I don't want to sleep to it, but I want to space out and just kind of vibe to it. And I'm not even a stoner.
He's a different breed.
He reminds me of a lot of the stuff that I listened to growing up. Especially
Right.
with, like, his lingering beats. He has no problem not putting any words into sections. You know, he just lets the beat ride. It lets it breathe. There's no chorus. There's no...
Like what Jojo says.
Yeah, it's a whole vibe. Or, you know,
And
back
that's-
when I was listening to this kind of stuff, I would have said mood.
That's one of the things I absolutely love about Blitz is his very almost calm lyrical delivery.
Yeah.
Like, he can spit really fast, and it's still calming. Like,
It's
just,
his
it's his
pitch,
voice.
and it's his... Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely love it. All right, so next up is Revenge. This is featuring, I don't know if it's J Psalms or just Psalms
Okay.
with a silent J. I don't know.
All right.
I don't think I've ever heard of Psalms or J Psalms.
I haven't.
So, this will be a first time listen for him or her. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We will find out. But this is called Revenge. Let's get it.
I like the title.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Carly X is on this.
Yep.
I just saw that. I already like the beat.
Losing my friends, the older I get, it is what it is. Living regrets, I did what I did, it meant what it meant. Ain't right with a lame, these bitches be sad, I said what I said. And I used to be broke, it was what it was, but I won't repent. I'ma need everyone who hated on me, anyone who fronted on me. Anyone who faced their mouth to say I changed, cause they ain't getting nothing from me. Yeah, all the labels.
I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
Probably.
That's what it says.
Yeah. It's a likely scenario.
I'm a very offensive person,
Apparently.
apparently.
Man, ain't right with a lame, these bitches be sad, I said what I said. And I used to be broke, it was what it was, but I won't repent. I'ma need everyone who hated on me, anyone who fronted on me. Anyone who faced their mouth to say I changed, cause they ain't getting nothing from me. Yeah, all the labels, all the favors, y'all be calling in, but y'all ain't play position. And all the ones that help post up, but never once did I get a mention. But there's nothing you can do to stop me, no. Reroute and say he cocky, so I'm like, fuck it. Look how far a humble guide me, though. Shorty see the
Woo!
cake, all about the cream, now she when they wanna tie me. Verifying funds, put them off the shore, cause we know that they be watching. Losing my friends, the older I get, it is what it is. Living regrets, I did what I did, it meant what it meant. Can't ride with a lame, these bitches be sad, I said what I said. And I used to be broke, it was what it was, but I want revenge. And that's the least. No, they gotta pay the fee. Ownership don't do no lease. We the one they wanna be. No.
I'ma need all them flexing niggas to chill. The bigger the floss, the bigger the bill. The bigger the vault, bigger the cost, to be the boss. Don't fall out trying to talk like it really be a nigga plotting. And you
Okay.
the hunger when niggas starving. No boo-hoo when the tool get the really sparking. Put them in the pool with the cool waters. Translation, swimming with the blue marlins.
Yeah!
Dry snitching. But you niggas watching podcasts with that talking, never telling my business. But see, now it's different. Damn. And I see it all the time. The nigga you idolize is an informant, just listening all in this rhyme. So guess who they targeted now? Climb.
Losing my friends, the older I get.
Yo!
It is.
Who the fuck was that?
I'm really the cool water reference going into Blue Marlin, but I really like, and the whisper kinda, it's almost a threatening whisper, but it's still that laid back chill pitch, just like, I
Right.
know I'm the shit, don't fuck with me, but like, just cool delivery. Fucking,
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue who Little Loaded is. I seen the Rip Little Loaded thing too, and I was like, who?
I have no idea who that is. But I'm loving this. And it's true. You lose who you thought were friends. I will clarify that.
Right.
The older you get. And part of it is just divergent paths in life, you know, families, jobs, whatever pulls you apart. But part of it is also you realize that
Jealousy
they weren't
from them.
friends. Yeah. Yeah. But I liked the no leases ownership. bar as well. That was a good one.
Basically saying he doesn't lease his beats. He buys
Right.
them or makes them. And
Also, yeah, he owns his shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Listening all in this rhyme, so guess who they targeting now? Climb.
Losing my friends, the older I get, it is what it is. Living regrets, I did what I did, it meant what it meant. Can't ride with a lame, these bitches be sad, I said what I said. And I used to be broke, it was what it was, but I want revenge. And that's the least. No, they gotta pay the fee. Ownership don't do no lease, no. We the one they wanna be, no. Look, take a look at the accomplishments. I'm confident, the goal is approximate. I'm dominant, can deal with it fraudulent. I'm opposite. Hearing they coming together like it was a conference. So stop the shit, like really where the crown to live. Seen plenty niggas die from it. The urge to flex, then we're hitting that. Then we sending them the compliments, then rewatching it. I don't really have friends and patience. Rent free while my mental space is mental patient. Can't fake to make it way too tasty to make these hands come together. We ain't saying graces don't compare your life. Only living off your friends' advice. Make decisions only you decide. Who's inside, the truth inside. Live for others in the suicide. King.
woo!
Nice.
And the way he ended that was so fire.
Live for others and it's suicide. Just leave you with a little truth, hard truth, mixed with a little wisdom. I really liked that he sped up his flow there. And the whole fraudulent rhyming scheme, that was perfection.
I'm glad we got a third verse.
I'm really glad we got a third verse. I'm really glad. Although I have liked J Psalms doing the whispering echo in the background. And I like that he's saying, like, he's made mistakes, but he owns his shit. Like,
Right.
I like the whole say what you mean what you say mentality. Like, I said that.
Yes and no. Do you know how many times I've said things but not in the way that I meant for it to come out?
That's a different thing, though.
Because I've said things that sound really fucked up, and then I'm like, no, wait, that's not how... That's not...
I say
Like-
crap that I wasn't even thinking, like, amalgams of words, just putting them together accidentally as they come out of my mouth.
Right.
But standing behind what, soapbox you're standing on, basically, is the mentality that I like.
And don't be afraid to admit when you're wrong.
Exactly.
Even if you have a stance and you start seeing things in a different light, it's okay to be like,
say, hey, yo.
you know what, I was wrong.
Right. Having seen more facts on this matter, it seems that I was wrong.
I will still die on the hill that Eminem's better than he's ever been, but,
Right.
Anyways, so next up is Queen with Carly X. We know who Carly X is. Now,
We do.
if you don't remember, we actually had Carly X on our tier streams that we were doing last year.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually had her, I think it was in D.
C
or D. But not because of ability. It was literally...
extremely talented. Just no catalog.
Literally because she had like 2 songs out at the time, and I still think she hasn't put out much music-wise.
Right.
So I'm definitely interested to see...
Oh, she's definitely talented, but
How's
she
she in
only
Texas,
had like
Jack?
verses on other people's stuff and
A freestyle, I think.
right. So it was hard to rank her.
Right. So let's check it out. This is Queen featuring Carly X. Let's get it.
Do you mean quiet?
Probably not going to review that one, Robot.
Yeah. Try to find you. Let them talk, don't let it define you. Be careful with your energy and vibes too. Most of the time, ride dolo if you slide through. Pose for the photo. Love my black queens, but you already know though. Something about the melanin, the way you make it glow though. Y'all hold it together, take your time to make it grow though. The grind is for show though. Honestly, the world really don't deserve you. These opinions on your body hit a nerve too. They swerve when they see it though. And compliment you on the curve till it curve you. The world trying to make you feel invisible, but you the coach, so they the one that's trying to mirror you. You won from the start, and you play your part. Now you live amongst the hate, but you listen to your heart. My daughter always tell me that she love me to the stars.
That's cute.
My mama tell me, baby, you know that you're going far. So I tell my sister, just remember who you are. Queen. Queen.
All right, before we get into Carly.
That's awesome that he's so supportive.
Ah,
And obviously has strong women in his life.
right.
But I like his supportive sentiment. I really like it.
This is so fire. This album has been so fire.
Well, plus the whole, like, you make him swerve, curve scheme.
Right.
That was a nice one.
All right, Carly, let's see what you got.
Who you are. Queen.
Queen, I got us a ruler in anything. Got the wisdom to make power moves with or without the king of true gems. Standing out amongst pawns by any means. Birth the world, cause in this life you're the most valuable piece. So don't you go and waste time picking at yourself, cause all your flaws are divine. Take your crowds and make one, cause every curve, every line, every bump, every side, every mark, you just like her, there's details of your perfection. Walk like a boss, cause we never been one to mess with. Melanie the goddess, I'm dripping up with my best friend. Ain't changing for no one, don't care enough to impress them. Defying all the odds, because in the skin I'm protected. I'ma probably go and work some, twerk some. Time me wanna waste, I had to curb some who weren't worth it. Cause Missy, this our world, go and work it. Look in the mirror and say I'm
Just
perfect.
work
I've been there
it.
from the start.
Love the Missy reference.
And I know I'm worthy cause my mama made a star. Alright. My sister said she love me and she know I'm going far. So all my sisters out there, just remember that you are queen.
You should listen to your heart. Yeah. Daughter tell me that she love me to the stars. Yeah. Mama love me, say she know I'm going far. Tell my sisters, man, just know who you are.
Queen. Yeah.
Such a good song.
I really like that she mirrored the sentiments at the end of her verse.
Right.
How they did the, love you to the stars, or you're gonna, she birthed a star, and then the going far, and then remember who you are. I like that they added that in, but they each had their unique, like, who said it to them type thing.
Before I go into my comments, to answer your question, Metal Ryan, most of my shirts are actually nerd shirts. I have a few that are not.
Very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved the song. Obviously, there is a lack of relatability in that we're not black.
Right.
Obviously.
I do like the strong supportive sentiment, though.
But I love seeing people like Blitz. Horseshoe Gang had a song
they
like
did a
this
good one.
not long ago.
Something close to Queen, too.
Right.
In the
Because
titled.
I have seen a lot of hate from black males on black women on Twitter.
Right. Twitter's a cesspool, honestly.
And vice versa.
Right.
And honestly, outside of the whole race-related thing, we need to stop showing hate towards our women, period.
Right.
Behind every strong straight man is a strong female.
I mean, behind every strong person is a strong partner somehow.
Right. Just stop hating on each other.
Right.
People.
There's no reason for that level of vitriol, honestly, especially when you don't personally know the person. It's just,
right.
It's incredible what people will do out of jealousy, insecurity, and boredom. And it's not a good kind of incredible.
Right. And I absolutely loved the track, loved the message behind the track, loved Carly being on there. She
Loved
sounded
the vibe.
really good.
It sounded great.
They sounded great together. Would love to have more songs from the two of them together.
Right.
Just saying. All right, so next up is Meant to Be featuring Amber Tiara. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. But the last time we have been introduced to somebody new on this album, it was an absolute pleasant experience.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready for it.
let's see how Amber does. Let's get it. This is, by the way, we are officially over halfway through the album. So let's get it.
It's just
Anyone can cook it, anyone can clean. Tell me what can you do for me mentally? You know what you mean to me. But do that mean we meant to be? Do that mean we meant to be? But do that mean we meant to be? You know what you mean to me? But do that mean we meant to be?
You said I was a real one. Was you talking shit or did you really mean that? Besides, I'm a bit different and ratified. See if you can give me what you asking from my side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Still don't want the same thing. All I wanna do is lay with me. And they wanna start claiming me. Wanna stay with me to say they hang. And I'm not with that. Hit it and wanna get dipset. Me, my body, I don't get that. So I dip and they trip, but hey, if it is true, I'm getting to know you. Yeah. Loving you crazy and moving forward. Stacking up paper and catching goals, yeah. Not sure if you're the one, let me show you.
Anyone can cook it, anyone can.
This has a very heavy R&B vibe
I
to
was
it,
just
and
gonna
I
say
love
it reminds me of the 90s heavily.
Love it.
I'm liking it.
Although I hate doing this on Spotify because I can't just hit back to go back 5 seconds.
Right.
I gotta actually click around.
Catching goals, yeah. Not sure if you're the one, let me show you.
Anyone can cook it, anyone can clean. Tell me what can you do for me mentally?
Woo!
You know what you mean to me?
And I will tell you what, that is the big difference between being with her and anyone else I've ever dated. She actually mentally challenges me.
No, I'm not challenging.
Not challenging,
Yeah.
but it's a much more fantastic feeling than feeling like the people around me are always stupid.
It's not boring, that's for sure. Yeah.
Although we do go on our stupid moments sometimes too. You should have seen us last night for about 30 minutes where we were laughing hysterically at absolutely nothing. It was a fantastic time.
Yeah, kind of was.
I don't remember what started it. Oh, I had put my leg up.
No, that was halfway through. You were laughing hysterically because I was going on my rant that there was something wrong with your shoulder.
Oh.
You weren't at the right level, angle, something for me to rest my head on comfortably. And then you popped your knee up and I was like, fucking really?
You said a lot of good that does. And I thought she was yelling at the TV in her normal fashion. I didn't correlate me moving my knee in front of her face to her not being able
I
to see.
could see.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
Tell me what can you do for me mentally? You know what you mean to me? But do that mean we meant to be? Do that mean we meant to be? But do that mean we meant to be?
Smoke in your eye?
Right in my eye.
I saw that.
It did not pass go. It did
Yeah,
not
I
collect
even saw that.
$200. It went.
Suction straight into the eyeball. Yeah.
That sucked.
Sorry.
But do that mean we meant to be? Yeah. I mean what I say, but I gotta ask questions. I don't like stressing. What I'm saying, I'm trying to explain, and I seen shit change. Be sure they like 1 minute we ain't, next minute shit changing. Then they start playing game, kicking shit so damn. Wasted so innocent, now I admit it. And used to start shit that I couldn't finish. Call it that hard, I was playing scrimmage. Was a dog, yeah, my fun, and now I'm done it. Now I'm once one to call it. Only dig it down and take a puck and lift us up. Never trip me up, that really how you thinking. They just out here holding on to memories. They so selfish and blinded in love with potential when holding on to what can be. I ain't never gon' front, used to lie to these hoes, but we know they really for the streets. Now I only play for keeps. So one of them telling me to think. think anyone could clean. Tell me what can you do for me mentally? You know what you mean to me. But do that mean we meant to be? Do that mean we meant to be? But do that mean we meant to be? You know what you mean to me? But do that mean we meant to be?
I love that song.
I like the vibe of that one.
I am not gonna lie, that is probably my favorite song, and I only say that because finally, again, being in a happy relationship, I can relate. And what you guys don't understand is so much of what I do, she's a part of, literally, other than my actual 8 to 10 hour day job.
Right.
That I get stuck at. Like everything on YouTube, she's a part of all the reactions. If I write a verse from somebody, she hears it before I actually send it.
I normally read it before I even hear it, yeah.
Right. She's my rock. Next up is Mood.
This whole thing is a fucking
This whole
mood.
thing has been a mood. What the fuck you talking about, Blitz? But I am super stoked to check this out. This
With
is
Lo Ali.
Lo Ali, who is now, again, the third person on this album I've never heard of.
Right.
Which, by the way, Amber Tiara. You had a beautiful voice.
Yeah, definitely R&B worthy completely.
Yes. All right, let's check it out. King Blitz, Lo Ali, Mood. Let's get it.
Word. King shit, nigga.
I love you, Tommy.
Hey, D. Line 'em up.
Look, Colin got plenty. You ain't one and you don't want any. In the man city like Kung Fu Kenny. Spit it 1, 2, come through, press the bar, cause they said that I probably got one too many. Way too many with the brace stuck in him. Shorty wanna make up with him. Brush her off so I don't call. Used to be the way, but the line start thinning. Look, ain't, ooh, do it for myself, independent. Yeah, I'm really out here winning, never do it like they do. Y'all gotta chill on the real. You do not want smoke with he puffin' on K2. I ain't murder, ain't no J. Ooh, the flow so cold, so they rapping feeling.
Murder Inc.
I ain't no murder, ain't no J rule.
That's
Look,
good. That's good.
Look, I don't care what any of y'all say. If you grew up in the 90s, 2000s era, at one point in time, you actually probably liked Ja Rule's music.
Definitely.
Okay?
There was at least one song that you were like, this is my song.
As a matter of fact, I can give you an entire album I bumped regularly from Ja Rule that was called Pain Is Love. Fantastic album. Okay? Now, at some point he went stupid, thought he was more than he really was, and I get the hate on that.
Right. Definitely.
I'm just saying.
But it was not that he did not have some good music out.
When him and old girl, what was the chick's name in Murder Inc?
Never kept track.
Ashanti. When him and Ashanti did things together, absolute fire.
That's true.
Absolute fire. Sorry. Although I do love the line though.
I get the Ja Rule hate.
I
do.
get it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I didn't like some of his music. A lot of people will be like,
definitely
"Oh no, Ja Rule is absolute trash."
No.
Bullshit. Guaranteed
Back
you have
then-
at least half of one of his songs fully memorized.
Right. You might not even know you do, but as soon as it comes on, you're like,
That hit him and J-Lo had too.
which one
fire.
was that? I got you.
I don't remember the name of it. I just know I had
Right.
the whole song memorized.
I hate when they never do it like they do. Y'all gotta chill on the real. You do not want smoke with he puffin' on K2. High murder ink, no J. Ooh, the flow so cold, so they rapping feeling need to jacket. I'm warming up the way I'd rather be. No fair, no pad for the people tryna ride coattail. Only way you ball when the shit won't grow there. Really, I'm the truth, cause you motherfuckers won't dare. Oh well, this here wasn't out of nowhere. Like where
The only
Oh, well.
the only way you bald is when no hair grow there.
Oh.
Walk around looking like Hulk Hogan.
Ha
What's wrong with you? Walk around looking like Jonathan Davis.
Oh no. no. Stop it.
I ain't gonna let him live that down. Extensions, man, extensions.
Yeah, I don't think you could do extensions like right on the top of your dome.
Oh,
If
hair
there's no
implants.
hair there.
My bad. Implants.
Implants.
Get
yeah.
implants.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, okay, I understand people going bald, and some people actually look better bald.
But if you're gonna go bald, go bald.
But do not grow this, like, half horseshoe fucking hair
The
still
reverse
long.
tonsure. Don't do it.
And especially if you have the money, you know damn well people like Jonathan Davis can afford
Right.
to get implants.
He probably thinks it's aging gracefully. But when you have hair down to
There's
your
nothing
mid-back,
graceful with your hairline running away from your face.
when you have the rest of your hair down to your mid-back.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
People tryna ride coattail. Only way you ball when the shit won't grow there. Really, I'm the truth, cause you motherfuckers won't dare. Oh well, this here wasn't out of nowhere. Like where your career's headed, nowhere. Wish a nigga would, you can get your ass lit. Like we went camped out, but we ain't sharing ghost tales. Lyrically, lyrically, I attack viciously. Put them all out of their misery. On them like 23. You would think the way I moved that, it was like 10 of me.
On him like 23.
On him like 23. Michael Jordan.
All right.
Get him.
Camped out, but we ain't sharing ghost tales. Lyrically, I attack viciously. Put them all out of their misery. On them like 23. You would think the way I moved that, it was like 10 of me. Don't come around fidgety. On court, you're my enemy. Rap's my sport, I ain't in a league. Facts aren't disagree. Crown, no crown, I'm still a king. Still stay real on everything. Mood on, fuck everybody. Move on. Drama, we don't wanna hear about it. Everybody like to give 2 cents, give 'em back 2 shits. Tell 'em we don't even care about it. Truth is, we don't like loose lips. Still kicking king shit, switched up. Yeah, got it.
I think these niggas got me misunderstood, but I ain't stressing it. Just keep my name up out your mouth. I'm on some other level shit. When it's heavy metal spit, I bet they hit the pedal quick. Smith and West the best for niggas tryna come and test the clip. Bitch, you best from your clips. If I'm the one you messing with, these niggas talk a lot of shit. Pussy niggas got extra lips. Popping out your neck, apologizing. That's irrelevant. This thing I bust, got bullets like the Tesla.
Pussy dudes got extra lips.
He came in reminding me very much of a Busta Flow.
Right.
And he almost has that pitch to his voice that he reminds it. It's kind of like he's got a little bit of a whisper to him. So, he's definitely a little higher pitched than Busta, but that's who he reminds me of. I like this.
I do too.
They hit the pedal quick, Smith and West the best for niggas tryna come and test the clip. Bitch, you best from your clips. If I'm the one you messing with, these niggas talk a lot of shit. Pussy niggas got extra lips. Popping out your neck, apologizing. That's irrelevant. This thing I bust, got bullets like the test up on the elephant. You pull it, never hesitant. Bullets striking and damaging. Them niggas better scatter quick and battle. We don't matter. Bitch, I strike one for them is bite. I shake them up. I'm known to rattle. Like a stinking verse, and I don't waste and take their life for challenges. Niggas swear they hard, cause they got a little stamina. But G and Superman, I made this kryptonite a amateur. Nigga play with Blitz, your funeral better be planning for. I make your ass a sad day up on your mama calendar. Draco in the passenger, my mood on.
Mood on, fuck everybody. Move on. Drama, we don't wanna hear about it. Everybody like to give 2 cents, give 'em back 2 shits. Tell 'em we don't even care about it. Truth is, we don't like loose lips. Kicking king shit, switched up. Yeah, I got it. I've been coming up in major ways, a major pain. The mains of Wayne. Telling what can stop or tame 'em.
Major Pain shout out.
He wins! He wins!
The references. Yes.
Again, Major Pain, my favorite comedy of all time.
Definitely one of mine.
And I'm just saying, the Wayans brothers, fantastic at what they do. Always have been. They've had a couple misses, usually further the Scary
Right.
Movie series went down the line. But
Yeah, that kind of devolved.
over and above all, fantastic family puts out fantastic content.
True. Major Pain, though.
Major Pain being the apex of what I enjoy.
My mood's always on fuck everybody.
True. True. As is mine.
Truth is, we don't like loose lips. Kicking king shit, switched up. Yeah, I got it. I've been coming up in major ways, a major pain. The mains of Wayans, ain't no telling what can stop or tame 'em. Pop like Django, rap of angel. Keep it solid, they be cropping angles. I'm a star, not the hand on your heart, shit spangled. All dismantled, do you like it all the ankles? Rhyme or shank you, drowning you in that water whenever I'm spitting, nigga. I could take you, hard to rank you. Still popping king shit, living out the dream shit, cause we share blood.
Blitz had like a split second of horrorcore. He's like, I will shank you.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Don't come around here no more.
Let's get it.
I do like he had the Star Spangled Banner, hand on your chest bar. There was a bar before that. Like he just went in on this like rapid bar scheme, and I was like, ooh, oh, but wait, ooh. And now my brain is like, nah. Agreed, Duel, completely. And I thought the first one was pretty good.
I loved the first 3, I think. The Scary House movies are good. I don't know, Haunted House, have you seen those?
I don't think so.
It's making fun of Paranormal Activity.
Okay.
I actually think those are funny.
See, my problem with the scary movies is I think that the first one was played up so much before it came out that by the time it came out, I was like, okay, this is kind of stupid. I mean, it was funny. To be. I know, but I want to say it was played up so much that I thought it was going to be just Major Pain level, and it was not.
No, it's an absolute dumb parody movie, but I love it.
Correct. So.
You drowning you in that water whenever I'm speeding, nigga. I could take you hard to rank. You still popping king shit, living out the dream shit. Cause we share blood, don't mean loyalty and mean shit. Here they talking wing snitch, damn, Mr. Pain shit. I just bought a crib, I can never get a pink slip. Basic code catch up. Remember when my pockets didn't match up? Now you niggas can't even match up with them. Back up, add up plenty of shit that we can patch up. Anybody hate to get patched up with them. Moved on. Moved on, fuck everybody. Move on. Drama, we don't wanna hear about it. Everybody like to give 2 cents, give them back 2 shits. Tell them we don't even care about it. Truth is, we don't like loose lips. Still kicking king shit, switched up. Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so fire. That's my new favorite song on the album. That beat you to it?
No. Oh. No. I'm just laughing because every song we've come across, new favorite.
No, not true. The last favorite was Meant to Be.
Right.
And as much as I liked Mood, it didn't beat Meant to Be. Stuck in My Ways did, though.
Okay. All right.
Or not Stuck in My Ways.
Mood,
Meant to Be, Queen.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. It's been mostly.
Yeah, I know.
This album is fire, okay?
It really is, but I relate to that one so strongly. Mood on. Fuck everybody.
Which one was it? I think it was Scary Movie 2 was my favorite because it had the dude with the hand. It's like, take my strong arm.
Oh, no.
Sorry. Anyways.
Most comedies make me facepalm.
They're supposed to.
Which I really like Major Pain because it just makes me laugh. Yeah, just makes me laugh.
Alright, this is Stuck in My Ways. King Blitz, Merkums. You know how these guys can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it, Merk! I will say the one thing Blitz did is he mixed this album at a much lower volume than what we usually get from people.
Right.
It's not as loud.
No, I agree.
So I'm like constantly...
Balancing is great.
The balancing is great. That's not what I'm saying. Just overall mix, it's at a much lower decibel than what most tough people put out. So like I'm constantly slowly moving the volume up places because I'm like, I can't hear it.
You're also partially deaf.
Shush. Oh my god, that was loud. Please don't make that sound again.
Yeah, no.
Alright.
She said I'm stuck in my ways, so I relocated and got a new edit and told her that can't be the case. They just so out of the race. I'm good with no label. They cannot save you. Heard you were trying to escape. So shorty, you can't be replaced. Got a lot on my plate. I just been eating, the pockets been stacking. We get them up out of the way. Dependence unhealthy, they grind on the diet. I wake gotta mix in a shake. Conversation ain't matching your shape. Around me, that's quickly erased. Was keeping my distance before the pandemic, cause y'all on some other shit. Now many sides struggling. I just want people that's...
I've always kept my distance.
I like that. It's like, I kept my distance before the pandemic.
Yeah.
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 And we'll keep it after.
It's a good policy. Honestly, I think some of the stuff that they've put together for the pandemic, we should keep.
Yeah.
Like privacy booths at restaurants, please. You shouldn't be listening to my conversation anyway, and if somebody else sneezes, I prefer that be kept on your plate, honestly. Why would that not be a thing? Especially now that they're doing it with plexiglass, so you can see.
Yeah.
You know?
The privacy booths is a fantastic idea.
Please
Being
stay
able to
6
order
feet away
food from
me.
Walmart is fantastic.
Yeah. Stay 6 feet away. Just do
I
it.
just, believe it or not, I'm not a fan of people.
Well, and, you know, the whole
I love
mask
y'all
thing,
as people.
while it's a
but-
little bit irritating to wear the mask, like, at least I'm not getting the, why are you making such a nasty face? No, honey, that's my face.
I actually prefer to wear masks out in public now, and it's not even a health thing. It hides me from how many people are
smirks and
wondering
shit.
how many times I'm saying you're fucking stupid to myself.
Right. Oh my fucking god, are you serious? Yeah.
And I just gotta learn to hide the eye rolls.
I can't. My eyes in public are almost perma-stuck. Rolled back. It's awful. I look like I'm something out of The Exorcist.
No.
Me that's quickly erased. Was keeping my distance before the pandemic, cause y'all on some other shit. Now many solid and it's troubling. I just want beat, but it's puzzling. Haters be stubborn, dropping singles, but the price is doubling. Take all that bull and start shoving it. I am the shit, you just shoveling. Family salad like we doubling it. For 'em pop out when I hit, I ain't even trying to cover it. Load again and we ain't buffering. Hold up, yeah. Vision ain't sure up, yeah. Money looking young, we need to grow up, yeah. No, we never slow up. Only see me on the screen when you scroll up. I'd rather stand still than a move funny. They be too funny. Whole clown ass nigga, we ain't laugh at the joke. I'm fathom my boat with sarcasm I wrote. But I hear this and they laugh when they go, and they quote. She said I'm stuck in my ways, so I relocated and got a new addict and told her that can't be the case. They just so out of the race. I'm good with no label. They cannot save you. Heard you were trying to escape. Tell Shorty you can be replaced.
Hey, hey. She think I'm stuck in my ways. You got me mistaken. I just bought the tray and that bitch is stuck on my waist. Fuck around and I might look at your face. Got your mama pension up in my safe. Haters always having something to say, so I popped the Rari and I jumped in the race. I up my cake or come around creeping with the 4+5. I be going 8 like a young Rafiki. I can do the braids at a low cut vibe. Still a make a bitch, but set up and on P Street. I know.
Just follow old Rafiki. He know the way. Merc wins
Nice.
this track. Lion King reference. You know, I actually sneezed 3 times in a row last night for the first time in for fucking ever.
Large ones, too.
Large ones.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
With the 4+5, I be going 8 like a young Rafiki. I can do the braids at a low cut vibe. Still a make a bitch, but set up and on P Street. I know me, that's a war machine. Rapping got a nigga catching hundreds on the quarterly. All I do is act disorderly. Sorta all these motherfuckers talking like they ought to be up at the best. Penny pitch until I hit my mission. Now I'm in the kitchen and I'm up in the flex. Pushing weights and I just double the reps. Play chicken, now you stuck in the reps. Cause bitch, I'm a Mac truck. Get him smacked up. Merkin King Blitz finna act up. Whole gang here, need no backup. Boom, go.
She said I'm stuck in my ways, so I relocated and got a new addict and told her that can't be the case. They just so out of the race.
Now, I will be honest, that's not my favorite Merc verse.
No.
It was still fire, but...
Oh, it was still great. It was just not my favorite of his.
Right.
I'm good with no label. They cannot save you. Heard you were trying to escape. Tell Shorty you can be replaced.
Just stay doing what you're doing, because I heard some of your music, man, and we always know
Crook!
hip-hop is going to be in good hands. I was talking to Twista about that one day, and we was like, yeah, we rather die and fry in hell than to ever just spit a verse and people be like, okay, it's over, man, y'all need to give it up. That shit's whack. Being a student,
Right.
bro, you going to be here 15 years from now smoking niggas on the mic still. That's not an easy thing, because as you progress in age, you get more responsibilities, other things are on your mind, and I've seen a lot of people that came in with me, they kind of, you know, they didn't progress.
That's fire.
I like how he ended that. Yeah.
That's fire. Ah!
That's awesome. I love Crook. And, you know, like, it is totally fine, and I have respect for the people who have basically retired. Not because they fell off or anything, but because they got families, or, you know, and they just wanted to spend time with their families and have a quiet life and not do all the touring and so on and so forth. And I do think that that is one advantage to today's artists, is there's so much social media influence that they don't have to tour quite as heavily because they're still getting out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, back in the 90s and everything, you knew artists through the radio, through their label, through heavy promotion in terms of, you know, the radio and billboards and concerts specifically.
Well, so here's one of the things I both like and dislike about how things have progressed, right? So if you think about it, back in the 90s, early 2000s to mid 2000s-ish, a little further than that too, we did require heavily on hearing new things on the radio.
Right.
But it was cool because it was like there wasn't as much to have to filter through.
That's very true.
Like, you would have 7 songs from 7 different artists that were all on major labels. And of those 7 songs, you might be able to go, 5 of those I really liked.
Right.
Right? But now, in the internet age, with so many people able to record from home and do things like this,
right,
you have to filter through hundreds of artists to find those artists that are like, I could fuck with this.
But also, like, there's so many subgenres now, too, that you're filtering through, not just a couple radio stations that you flip to when the ads start, but, like...
Well, and it's music overload, too. Because here's the thing, especially in the media age, as an artist, you have to constantly put out music, because if you don't, someone else is going to put out music that's going to draw attention to that way. So you've got to constantly put out music, and, like, for me... My favorite time in music was the early to mid 2000s, where you were only getting an album a year from an artist.
2 years.
You might get a mixtape or 2 during that year, but you didn't have, because we got artists now that are dropping 200 songs a year.
Right.
And it's like, that's too much for me.
For me to keep up with, yeah.
Like, I grew up in a time where we memorized our favorite artists' musics. I can't memorize 200 of your songs, 300 of their songs,
well, and
500
honestly,
of this person's songs.
We had the time to memorize it, too, which was fine. Was fine. It was a year, 2 years, sometimes even 5. And they stayed relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining that so many more people have a platform. It's just, it's really hard to find the gems.
Right.
You're correct. So it's a benefit and a deficit, but on the other hand...
But Blitz is a gem.
Yeah, well, and on the other hand, there's not the concern level of damaging families by the heavy touring. Because not only can they do a lot of this recording and stuff from home now, but on the other hand, if they are out touring, social media helps them Zoom, Skype, whatever, connect with their families back home.
Right.
So on and so forth. So it does make it easier.
All right, next up.
Wavy.
Way different.
Look like Wavy.
The last 3 songs on this album are all just King Blitz, so.
Okay.
I'm super stoked to check this out.
Hey, Earthquake.
What up, Earthquake? Let's check and see what Blitz has here. And for those of you that don't know, speaking of gems, Earthquake is a fantastic artist.
C.O.B.
Representing C.O.B. out of Texas.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of bummed, because had we known him when we were in Texas, we probably could have met up with him.
Well, it depends. Texas is a large state.
It is. I don't remember. Where were we?
Amarillo.
I don't know how close Amarillo is to where
to nothing.
Earthquake is.
It's close to nothing.
It's close to nothing.
Yeah. It is nothing.
But that's actually where her and I met up our first time. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out Earthquake. Fantastic artist. And I'm just waiting on you to drop a new project, Earthquake, and then we can get one of these full album reviews for you.
We still have to do Tragmans.
We still got Tragmans to do as well.
We're catching up, I swear.
Working on it. Alright, this is way different. Let's check it out.
With facts, don't never doubt the shit. Only facts you write are documents. Niggas giving tips anonymous. 100K plaque do look good on my wall, but feel better in mama crib. Don't brag on accomplishments, so I'd rather do acknowledgements. Fuck all you haters in politics that come with the game that you don't get to see, but still you see a nigga confident. Yeah, you don't want a piece of me. Got the bread and the sauce with the cheese. Really turn you to a topping, bitch. Humble beginning, started from the bottom, so I'ma finish what I started. Looked up to niggas who are now looking up to me for apprenticeship. I'm winning. Grinding crazy flow is sickening. Feel like haters really thinking and how he go from 20K away to you ain't even 20K from closing the distance. This shit is ridiculous.
He's not lying. I swear to God, I feel like I blinked and Blitz was
blew up.
fucking monstrous.
Right. Which he deserves, but yeah.
Again, I've been fucking with Blitz since he had like 200 subs. And we were telling him, we were like, oh, dude, you're so talented. You're going to blow up. And then, like, I think the one thing that definitely helped Blitz, I think he was one of the first to do the Versus reactions live.
Okay.
And one of the things he did that was very smart was they would go through and do that. And at the end, he'd be like, hey, if y'all don't mind, stick around. I'll play you a few of my songs.
Right.
And he started building up a good-sized fan base that way. And
6 hours, yeah. Yeah.
Woo! Dear God, that is a far drive. Never mind. I would not have asked you to drive 6 hours. But, yeah, Blitz is a monster. A monster.
Everybody knows I'm a motherfucking monster.
Right.
They looked up to niggas who are now looking up to me for apprenticeship. I'm winning. Grinding crazy flow is sickening. Feel like haters really thickening. How he go from 20K away to you ain't even 20K from closing the distance. This shit is ridiculous. Platform Jordan really innovated. They invented it. Fuck the credit, y'all can get it and split the shit. I got debit, well respected is limitless. Fuck that humble shit, I did the shit. Shit is way, shit is way, way different now. Don't look at prices when I get it now. They always hate it, but it's clearer now. Cause shit is way, shit is way, way different now.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this song. I think I was in a Blitz live.
Okay.
And this was one of the songs he like showed people before the album dropped.
The way he said ridiculous reminds me of Harry Potter.
Ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
Got something I can leave my children in. Y'all be looking hella similar. Every day I'm writing signatures. Life is a blessing, flow is sinister. Catching fatalities, about to hit them with the finisher. Tried to test me, now I'm quizzing on Metro Top just like I'm pinning. I'm trying to profit in my prime. I'm a minister, manifesting my life vision and did it, bro. Look. Sticking on my past about it when nobody ever asked about it. I remember when my teachers took my city, held it up into the class, then a motherfucker laughed about it. I remember when my brothers and my sisters turned their back on me and really only damaged when they bragged about it. They remember they was talking about my family cause I was broke financially and now I'm on your ass about it. Ask about me, these boys.
And while I was thinking about it, because I seen the, you know, I just thought about with Earthquake being in here. One of the things I'm super excited for from King Blitz is we do know he is supposed to be on a track of Kenny from
Horseshoe Gang.
Horseshoe Gang. Or Shoe Gang. They don't.
Shoe Gang.
Shoe Gang, no.
It'll take me another year.
And a big shout out to Maria for setting that up. Tiptoe,
Yeah.
if you guys don't know who she is. Connected the two because Kenny was looking for some people to be on his album. And she's like, yo, I got my homie King Blitz. And he was like,
You need to check
send
this
them our
out.
way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Blitz is going to be on Kenny's album. And I'm super stoked to check that out when it drops.
That'll be amazing.
Yes, it will.
Held it up into the class, then a motherfucker laughed about it. I remember when my brothers and my sisters turned their back on me and really only damaged when they bragged about it. They remember they was talking about my family cause I was broke financially and now I'm on your ass about it. Ask about me, these boys and their feelings, I'ma kill that shit. Say you're real, we don't feel that shit. Hell yeah, I can stand by my motherfucking self. If a nigga got a problem, I'ma kill that quick. We don't care about apologies, claiming you only saying that you're proud of me. You was the same when I was a hot doubt me, people changing around me. The money started coming so the fake niggas started to just reveal that shit. But shit is way, shit is way, way different now. Don't look at prices when I get it now. They always hate it, but it's clearer now. Cause shit is way, shit is way, way different now.
And Earthquake's name is Nick, by the way. You're unaware. There's a lot of us Nicks.
Oh, you're all coming out of the woodwork.
I'm just saying. It's a fantastic name.
Well, I won't disagree.
Albeit a little boring compared to a lot of other people's names. But
I won't disagree with that either.
us Nicks are fantastic people. I'm just saying. Some of us are straight assholes. we don't like the canon variety.
Right.
Got something I can leave my children now. Shit is way, shit is way, way different now. Don't look at prices when I get it now. They always hate it, but it's clearer now. Cause shit is way, shit is way, way different now. Got something I can leave my children now. Something I can leave my children now. Something I can leave my children. Something I can leave my children now. That's something I can leave my children now. Something I can leave my children now. Something I can leave my children. Your life worth living. All my life I dealt with critics. I don't live by your opinion. They misunderstand intention. They don't don't follow, I don't need to follow. Watch these rappers, they rap for a mention. I'm a man that's gotta feed his family. I don't need you to fuck as you trippin'. And when it's real as fuck your feelings. All my life I dealt with critics. I don't live by your opinion. They misunderstand intention. They don't follow, I don't need to follow. Watch these rappers, they rap for a mention. I'm a man that's gotta feed his family. I don't need you to fuck as you trippin'. And when it's real as fuck your feelings.
I love the violins in there.
So beautiful.
And that heavy reverb.
So something Blitz has done this album that is very reminiscent of, again, the early 2000s hip-hop that I love so much, is letting the beat right out after he's done rapping, which I feel like doesn't get done enough anymore.
Right.
Which is actually the exact opposite of how I felt back when I was in those days. Back in the early 2000s, as soon as the song was done, I skipped to the next fucking song because I was like,
I was never that person.
I don't want to sit here for 40
there
seconds.
were occasional songs that let it ride way too long. The other thing he's done is let it breathe mid-track.
Right.
And I mentioned that before. I really like that. He really strikes the vibe that he's in no hurry to get anywhere. And I like that. It's not that he's, loquacious and taking the long route or anything like that. It's just you'll chill with me if you'll chill with me. If not, fuck you.
Right. All right, so next up, track 11 of 12, Two Away.
Never go as planned.
This is called Things Never Go as Planned. This is the title track off of the album.
All right.
It's always fun going into the title tracks of albums.
It is.
Yeah. So, with that being said, this is King Blitz, Things Never Go as Planned. Let's get it.
What's crazy is, been a few years now. I'm a firm believer in believing in the type of person that you show me you are. I'm not the type to hold grudges. I'm not the type to hold hate in my heart. But I am the type to hold myself accountable. Look, y'all really let me down. Counting these blessings, but the ones I grew with not around. Around my wedding, family started acting funny style. But now they tell the road I changed cause I get money now. Before the crib, before the numbers, I was not around. I was the broke one, the one who used to lead your off his girl. Y'all used to joke, huh? Been a while since we ain't spoke, huh? Mad you lost your control, huh? Y'all don't understand this peace of mind is really so fun. Swear to God, I feel I grew up as the only child. No one could understand my thoughts, was always speaking out.
One of the hardest feelings in the world is to know you are fully dependent
on only yourself.
Monetarily on someone else.
Oh, I agree.
I spent, honestly, most of my marriage that way.
Right.
I shouldn't have, because it was my money paying the bills.
But you didn't have control of your money.
But I didn't have control of it. And,
right.
But yeah, it's a shitty feeling knowing that, if you ever needed, a pack of cigarettes, having to go to somebody and be like, hey, babe, can you buy me a pack of smokes? I don't have the money for it, or...
I mean, yeah. I had relationships like that, for sure.
Right.
The one I just got out of, I had no control. And, I mean, you saw how that turned out. My entire savings account was not even there.
But I think the thing that sucks even more about it is societally, we're raised where, told, basically, men are supposed to fully provide for their families. So, when you can't,
right,
and you have to have somebody else to help with that, it's almost like a kick in the nuts. This is not a comparison.
No, I wasn't taking it that way. I can completely understand that.
It sucks. It really does. It's definitely mentally draining as well.
Right. I mean, but I from my perspective, I've been on multiple sides of the spectrum in terms of my first abusive relationship was 6 years we both made our own money, and it was towards the end. He still told me what I could and could not do, where, whatever. Spent cash that I had, so I no longer carry cash to this day. But towards the end was when I was pulled off by my doctors for disability. And his whole attitude changed. I mean, it was never good, but it changed drastically. Thinking that I should then be...
Subservient?
He always thought I should be subservient. That's why I was searching for a word. He literally, word for word, told me that he was fine with me not working as long as I was available anytime he wanted sex. Because if I wasn't working, I should provide. And not just, like, cook and clean, but, like, provide. And I was like, you do realize, A, that's horseshit. And B, I was pulled off medically.
Right.
This isn't fun and games. And then, going from there, kicking him out, I no longer had his income either. So I went into foreclosure and lived off of a friend's couch, and then lived at my mom's for a couple of years. And, like, again, fighting for disability, I had very little money. I mean, just what Medicaid would give me per month, what the state gave me, which was $150, I think. I mean, it was some sort of bullshit. And then you're reliant, and I was almost 30 years old by the time I moved out of mom's and went into a marriage where he decided we should have a joint bank account. And as you know, I should have had 2 years worth of savings, and had no savings account whatsoever because he lied about it at the end. So yeah, it's a shitty feeling, especially when you have worked for the money.
Right.
And you should be able to provide for your family and get the small extras. I'm not talking extravagant stuff. It's also a shitty feeling, like he said, to feel like you were raised an only child because your blood family has turned on you. And I don't feel like I was raised the only child for sure, but like years as the black sheep. And, you know, there's a lot of problems in my family right now. So there is that.
It's really so fun. Swear to God, I feel I grew up as the only child. No one could understand my thoughts, was always speaking out. Except for Biggs, but to me, he more of a big homie now. I never let those fears projected ever slow me down. Nieces and nephews growing up and we don't even talk. Lil' Odell just had a baby, I ain't seen her walk. Me and yo OG ain't on good terms, we don't speak at all. But they the ones who pushed me out they life, I tried to call. Said it's all love, but just because we sharing blood, that ain't enough for me. They disobeyed the code and it alerted me. Y'all deserted me, all of that subbing y'all was doing in that group chat. Held it like a man and seen y'all views, I had to pull back. Disappointed in my oldest brother. You was the one that was supposed to guide and hold this shit together. Instead you arguing with females in comment sections and telling details. Said it's part I know you mean well, but talking down on me the other family didn't make me sleep well. All because my oldest sister wasn't in the wedding. Brought up the fact she let my family stay, like I'll somehow forget it. Still don't regret it, tried to dead it, but shit got hectic. Like how the fuck you feel entitled, get mad and start disrespecting. I told Trina that my wife, she had a day one. She flipped it and said, oh those your day ones. I said no, sadly mistaken. She took it and ran with it. Started the van for life shit, went to the fam and made a band with it. Thinking like she really ran with it. Even made them van for life shirts, like I ain't know your plans with it. Seen everybody wearing it and trying to paint me as this smart mouth prick, making posts, taking my name and slander it. You can't get no reaction out of me, but no, this pen gon' handle it. Hit me mentally scrambling up. Further I examined it, the perfect candidate. Y'all could hit that famine with, but did no damage with. Look at how I managed it. Kept on praying to God for peace, and I guess he answered it. Even now, I can't even call you out your name. That shit is played. Mama ain't raised no ungrateful youngin'. Could never hate you, but the perspective y'all preaching I can't relate to. Don't expect reunions, I ain't gon' try to delay you. I love my people, not advocating. You hate your fam and wishing bad on anybody. Just ain't who I am. If you gon' ride, then I'ma ride, and we consider fam. See more love from complete strangers. Things never go as planned. Yeah.
Woo! Woo! That
Tough
song
truths,
was
but
rough. It actually reminds me of Sting's.
Yeah. reminds me of my relationship with my dad and my sister.
Let's say I know I've lost contact, honestly, with a lot of people, period, not just family. And again, it's a lot of it is my fault. I can 100% openly admit I'm not good at keeping in contact with people.
Right.
Like I said, I love Blitz to death. I haven't talked to him on the phone probably since last year.
Right.
And it's not like I don't have his number. I do. I get so busy doing things, whether it's work, YouTube stuff, spending time with you. I talk to my dad once every couple of months now. I haven't seen him in almost 2 years.
Right.
He's only a 30-40 minute drive away, y'all.
I mean, I'm definitely not the best at keeping contact, but I'm not bad. Like, I do try and, well, for one of my best friends, answer the phone at least twice a week. Try and touch base with the others every week, couple of weeks. That doesn't necessarily mean a voice call, but texting. My mom, I do try and talk to every week based on her situation, age, and moving away, being the only family in the area close to her. My dad and my sister, my dad I haven't talked to in a year and a half now.
Right.
And my sister, at least in terms of speaking to her, I only really speak to her when we do family calls for holidays. Yeah.
And it's something I do got to work on as a person personally, just keeping in touch with all the homies and family and things like that. Like, now I did not grow up as close to like extended family.
I didn't grow up close to extended family at all.
I had a couple cousins I think I hung out with a handful of times.
Right.
But for the most part, like, our family was never like that.
No, ours wasn't either. I mean, my mom and my dad each only had a brother. And granted, they each had 2 kids. But we also grew up states apart. And it just, we saw each other not even every few years, but like every handful of years. So, but as far as, I don't feel bad about losing contact with the people I lost contact with. There's only maybe like 2 or 3 that I can think of, and I'm like, oh, it would be nice if I had stayed in contact, and it was probably mostly my fault.
Right.
But I'm also that introverted. It's not that I get that busy. It's that I don't want to. Like, I love my tribe and my mom to death. And I enjoy our talks. But it is definitely a debate for me internally to start the phone call, because it's always like, God damn, I'd love to get into this book, or just peace and quiet, or sleep, or just something alone time. So it's a hard process for me.
Right. All right. This is the last track on the album.
And it is everything.
It has been a ride.
It's been a vibe.
It's sad to see it come to an end, but all good things do come to an end.
Does mean that we can listen to the album over and over and over.
Right. I get to add this entire album to a playlist.
A playlist of its own?
Of its own.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll probably listen to this as much as I listen to Scheme's Pop Punk is Dead.
Oh, okay.
Or Massive Man's Unstable.
Right.
It's been pretty solid, though. So let's check it out. This is King Blitz with Everything. Let's get it.
Hey, lately been feeling the strangest. Usually can look myself in the mirror, but last time I think I seen a stranger. Anytime I go to pick myself up, my thoughts weighing me down like an anchor. Still chasing peace, nowhere to run to mentally free me from danger. I see me changing, used to know where I was headed, but now I look up and don't know where to go. It's lonely when you got no friends, can keep playing seeds if they don't want to grow. Crazy how a little bit.
I am loving which he does often, but it stands out more here, the melodic tone he's carrying throughout his flow here.
Right.
So fucking fantastic.
Changing, used to know where I was headed, but now I look up and don't know where to go. It's lonely when you got no friends, can keep playing seeds if they don't wanna grow. Crazy how a little bit of distance can mess up a friendship and turn friend to fall.
Yeah.
Habit of questioning everything, wanted to stop but I know that it won't. Life is so hectic, I keep counting blessings but still gotta subtract the karma. Been a week since I called mama, horrible son, but feel I'm an excellent father. Steady looking at my daughter, telling me daddy come play, but I'm writing these songs for her to keep playing in the show that I bought her. Balancing life is only getting harder, knowing it's time that we giving is borrow. Not breaking no promises. Your word is your bond, that bond is your honor. Already stuck in this confinement. Alone for me is not a good environment. Spending time thinking about all the wasted time spent trying to get it right, and now I admit that even with everything, I'm not where I wanna be. This weight that I'm carrying has been lifted right under me. They tell me be happy, you think you know everything, but really don't know what's underneath. And if I'm speaking honestly, I think it's as good as it's gonna be. Not finding interest in anything, can't share these thoughts with just anyone. Stuck in my mind and it's driving me crazy sometimes. At a crash like hit and runs. You look at my life and you saying wow. I look at my life and I'm saying how. Me and my wife keep trying and trying, but ended up losing another child. No paramedic that's pulling up, no band-aid to heal this damage that I'm feeling. All this pain, I won't heal it. God, I'm only human, everybody got a limit. Emotionless is what I'm getting, piece myself to feel it, feeling. Catch me staring at the ceiling, still holding on the images, but somehow I just can't get the picture. Then I got a DM and it's stuck with me. Someone else claim they look up to me. Don't need that type of pressure, barely holding it together. I reply humbly, tell them thank you, you be great as you wanna be. Lift them up like yeah, you gonna be, wishing that someone sees. Recognizing all these humble pleas. Cause even with everything, not where I wanna be. And this weight that I'm carrying has been lifted.
I love the violins in the background. So emotional.
So I am noticing a very common trend with it's not just Blitz, it's all of us that are very big into the whole YouTube community thing. I've seen it with Blitz, I've seen it with Scheme, I've seen it with Gat's postcard, so forth and so on. Us. And it's because he had that line right before I paused it where he was talking about somebody else hitting him up and saying that they look up to him, and it's so easy being somebody that's had somebody say that to them to kind of not necessarily look down on it but play it down. And I don't think it's so much humility. A lot of us don't think we're as great as what other people think we are.
We have no idea why you said that.
Right. Like with Blitz, him saying somebody else saying, you know, they look up to him,
right,
and him playing it down a little bit and being like, hey, you can do whatever you want.
Right. Be as big as you want to be.
Be as big as you want to be. But it is a very hard concept to grasp because, I mean, and we haven't had many people say things like that. We've had a couple. And it's always one of those things that you just sit back and you think, how? Like, we don't think...
I'm a hot mess, and I show it.
We are extremely fucked up. And But then again, being on the outside, I can see why somebody would look at Blitz.
It's very humbling to hear it, but on the other hand, it's kind of like, please don't. Please don't.
Yeah,
like,
don't
have
put
you
that
not
pressure
been
on me.
listening to what we have said? We're fucked up, man.
But it's also easy, like, being somebody looking on the outside.
Oh, you can definitely see why people would look up to Blitz.
It's hard for, you know, me to sit here and look at Blitz and be like, how do you not realize how special you are?
Right. How talented. How, yeah.
King Blitz, EK.
All of the people that you mentioned, yeah.
All of them. Like, a lot of people don't feel like they're that special, but there's hundreds, thousands of people that look at them differently. Like, nah, dude, like, you're...
Definitely, yeah. Definitely something.
So it's a weird dichotomy.
Cause even with everything, not where I wanna be. And this weight that I'm carrying has been lifted right under me. They tell me be happy, you think you know everything, but don't really know what's underneath. And if I'm speaking honestly, I'm thinking I'm as good as I'm gonna be.
Uh-oh. He's gonna bring in the guitar.
Let that guitar cry!
Violins to wailing electric guitar. You gotta be kidding me.
Let the song cry.
I feel like this is one of those perfect like for a music video, if he was like in a hall of mirrors,
I can see
just
that.
looking at himself and being like, and the weight right under me. Like he mentioned anchors in the beginning, but you can imagine he's like pushing it down below the surface.
You can see him in a hall of mirrors, just turning and like arguing with himself.
Yeah.
In different mirrors and
Just different outfits or whatever, and you know that his fear is he's as good as he's gonna be.
that's Blitz's dad on the fucking woo.
It's
Oh,
fucking crazy. Let's bring some blues to it.
I'm loving the back and
I
forth
know.
too. Oh, that was a beautiful way to end the album.
Now you know that man has seen some BB King in his lifetime. I have seen BB King twice live, and the feel of that guitar is like no other. That's an amazing way to end that.
And I'm loving that Blitz stuck to the tried and true in the song on a sad note or an introspective note.
Introspective. I mean, it's not happy, it's not sad, it's just like, it's definitely introspective.
And again, for those of you that don't know, we've talked about this before. A lot of the albums I grew up listening to always ended on that somber
Yeah.
feel. And
Ooh.
oh, that was just absolutely fucking beautiful. Favorite song of the album? Oh, this is going to be a hard one.
I'm going to go with this last one. Everything. I mean, okay, so for those of you that are new or haven't heard me say this before, some of my favorite things that you can add into your song, beat, whatever, are the violin and the electric guitar.
Violins, pianos, and electric guitars.
And he made it introspective. So you just topped out with my favorites in terms of what makes a really personal, hard-hitting track for me.
I think Everything is a very close second in terms of my favorite song on the album.
Right.
I think my favorite song on the album is Mood.
I would say Everything and then Mood would be my two, and then probably Way Different.
Just that there was something about Mood.
I like the fuck everybody attitude.
Yeah.
I completely relate. Now, I would still put Stings higher than Everything, and that's relatability to me.
I wouldn't. It's close though. It's up
That's
there.
still... And, come on, damn it. You add Atlas singing, and I'm sold. I'm sold.
I again, Mood is my favorite. Everything is a very close second. My favorite moment of the album, though, was the message put in there from Crook.
That was definitely a favorite moment, yeah. But that's not like favorite track necessarily.
At the end of Stuck in My Ways.
Yeah.
Just
now, I will say that in terms of putting this album together, Blitz is masterful. And again, this is why people look at him and go, dude, I look up to you, and he doesn't get it. This was art. He let the tracks breathe with the beat. He let them end with the beat. Not every single one. There was the one that he was like relying on others as suicide and just dead dropped it right there because that message was so important. But he knows where to end it, where to let it breathe, when to add the phone call in, when to add the guitar in. You know, it's just... He knows composition in terms of how it's going to impact listeners the most. And that made this... I mean, this is better than most of the albums I bought in the early 2000s.
Normalized is also up high on my list on this album.
Message-wise, that has to be my favorite. And, again, it was done spectacularly. His emotion in his voice, changing the pitch of his voice when he was speaking from the mom's perspective. All of that was incredible. It's sad that it's such a true message. Again, because it is that kind of message that everyone should relate to, it's not a personal favorite. It's an incredible track.
Right.
Yeah.
This entire album, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Very, very solid. And again, body of work wise, I definitely think this is probably, in my opinion, better than Layers.
I would give this a 10 out of 10.
So you get a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I
really think the craft that went into putting the whole together, and I don't just mean like the whole album, but like the whole of each song, just setting the tone and everything that I already mentioned. Like, I think he 10 out of 10 completely deserves it.
But yeah, homie, you did a fantastic job. And again, I am so happy and proud to see everything you've accomplished. I definitely I definitely got to call you soon. That was...
And I gotta say, we will never care about the money other than the fact that you can now feed your kids and your queen and live the life that you should live. That's amazing. And we're incredibly happy that you were able to do this.
Yeah.
This is obviously what you're meant to be doing. If this isn't proof that this is what you should be doing, then...
I will definitely say... So here's the thing. The only reason it got a 9 out of 10 for me is just for me personally, the lack of relatability in some cases. That's no fault of his.
None. But we have different lives.
Right. Again, I think I've only given 2 albums so far this year. 2 albums, period.
Right.
A 10 out of 10.
2 albums, period. But they were...
One of them wasn't even hip-hop.
Yeah.
And the other one literally is all about...
Mental
issues, depression, anxiety, things like that. Stuff I actually deal with, which is why it was
relatable.
So relatable.
Right. Now, I've given more than that, and that's simply because so many great artists have dropped.
Right.
Now, I'm also including, like, Icon for Hire and Blackbriar, because those were solid 10 out of 10s for me. But Massive Man, definitely Pop Punk is Dead was the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you did a fantastic job. And again,
that was,
I feel like you have leveled up.
I don't think that you... I mean, like, I get it. You're always your own worst critic, and it's always a fear that you're not going to excel or that you're not going to, like, exceed expectations or whatever. There's no way that you've obtained your level. Like, his saying that he's afraid that this is as high as he's at. No.
As good as it gets?
Nah.
No. It's going to get better for you, homie.
Yeah. You've shown us that in less than a year. So, yeah.
But, yeah. So, I guess we'll go ahead and cut it off here.
All right. Hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend and continue to do so through tonight.
Yes. We're going to go find something to eat. Probably make some more burgers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those to be had.
There are.
I don't know. I guess that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much for a fantastic album blitz. I can't wait for it to come in the mail. And we love you guys. Thank you all for spending some time with us. And we cannot wait to see you depraved people later.
Good night, everybody.
Peace.